Welcome back to the Empowered Business Podcast. Today is part 2 of our 4-part series designed specifically for course creators. This series is to help you double down on your existing program and launch content with a digital e-commerce shop. Starting on October 21st, we are hosting our very first summit called the Striking Gold for Course Creators Summit. The tagline for the summit is to unearth standalone digital products hiding in your course content and make daily sales with an e-commerce shop. It's a 4-day event designed specifically for course creators, and we are so excited about this. It's time to stop relying on course launches and start making daily sales from content that you've already created. We are going to unearth your content's true earning potential. And today, I want to give you a sneak peek of the very first session that I recorded for the summit. I'm actually going to play it for you on the podcast. The title of this session is Repurposing Course Content. Double your sales and create hot leads for your course. I'm going to lead you through why you should repurpose your course content into shop listings for your digital product shop. And I'm going to give you real examples of how we've done that and how we've made a lot more money because of it, but also we've created so many more hot leads for our signature programs. I'm also going to share with you the 4 ways that you can use your digital product shop to upsell into your course, your membership, or your high ticket program. But before we dive in, if you have not signed up for your free ticket to the Striking Gold for Course Creators Summit, please head on over to strikinggoldsummit.com and sign up right now. It's a free event. It's 4 days, and there's a few live components as well, so we can hang out together. I know you're going to get so much from this summit. So let's dive in so you can get a taste of one of the presentations. You are listening to the Empowered Business Podcast. I'm your host, Monica Froese, and if you're like me, you want to grow a business you love that gives you financial freedom and fits your lifestyle. Every week, you'll get strategy and unfiltered opinions from me and other successful business owners that will inspire you to make big moves in your business. When we work together, we not only grow faster, we also amplify each other's voices. Are you ready to build your business on your terms? Let's jump in. Welcome to the Striking Gold for Course Creator Summit. I am your host, Monica Froese, and I want to talk to you about how to leverage all of the course content you've already created into profitable digital products for your shop. I have no doubt that you are sitting on a gold mine of content that will allow you to work smarter, but the content to work harder for you. Now, the number one objection I get from course creators when it comes to taking pieces of their courses and creating standalone products for their shop is that it will cannibalize their course content and sales. And this could not be further from the truth. Here's why you should repurpose your course content into shop listings. First of all, some people will just never pay higher prices. Full stop. If you have a $1,000 course, there are people out there that may want to learn from you, but will never make that upfront investment. The other thing is, when you take pieces of your course and repurpose them into smaller digital products, it helps build trust and authority so that sometimes those people that may not have out of the gate paid you those higher prices then see what kind of amazing results they can get from smaller price products from you, and you now are earning their trust and you're building your authority. The upsell potential. Meet people where they are at. Because here's the thing, sometimes people are not ready for a bigger investment into your course. Maybe it's too much for them at the time. Maybe they're overwhelmed by it. Maybe they're just not to that right place where they need such a big thing to consume. But what you can do is you can give them smaller bite-sized things that you teach inside your course, and that will meet them where they're at on their customer journey with you. Selling between launches. Okay, this is a reason to keep emailing. Between your launches, if you have different pieces of your course repurposed into product listings in your shop, it gives you a reason to keep selling and emailing about your course topic. Also, it keeps your audience warm and engaged, and you make money at the same time. So you're continually leading people to your course content, and instead of giving it away all for free, you'll be making money while you do it. So repurposing your course and launch content into shop products makes selling your course so much easier because it logically leads people on a buying journey through your course content. What I am saying is this: your shop will create more leads for your course while making you money. So, repurposing content is one of the most powerful ways to leverage what you've already created into profitable digital products for your shop. And one of the ways to do this is to repurpose launch content. So, the Passion to Profit experience was a paid live challenge that I hosted back in 2021. And we sell it in the shop for just $9. It's a perfect way to repurpose content, and it leads to our larger program, the Empowered Business Lab. You can also do this for free live events that you've hosted in the past as well. Now, we sold 350 copies of this launch event that would have been just sitting there collecting dust in our Google Drive. But now 350 more people are being led on a journey straight to our course, the Empowered Business Lab. Templates. How many templates do you have inside of your course content that could be pulled out and sold standalone? Spreadsheets. These also make amazing standalone products. If you have spreadsheets or Airtable bases in your course content, you can sell them standalone and give people a taste of just how awesome your stuff really is. A lot of courses have loads of video content. Sometimes a single lesson in your course can make for a great standalone workshop. Now, in this example, this quick win workshop was a workshop I delivered live one time, and I used my course content to basically give a 10,000-foot view of how to sell digital products with Shopify. Now, the workshop was created using the content that I already had for my course and is a great way to upsell to my course content as well. Now, as you can see, not only does the Quick Win Workshop make us tens of thousands of dollars, we've made over $20,000 on this workshop in the shop, it also gives us hundreds and hundreds of warm leads for our course. Now, how many little hacks are inside of your course that people would just swoon over? Our courses are jam-packed with all of our best tips and tricks, and we pull some of those out into what we call quick tip videos in the shop. For example, let's say you help people organize their digital pictures. You may have a video in your course that teaches them an amazing hack using a certain type of software. That would make a great standalone quick tip video. Do you host regular calls with your course community? Maybe you provide additional content during these calls, or it's an open Q&A. We run these calls through our favorite AI tool called Cast Magic. And we look for hot, spicy things I say, and we put it into a private podcast feed called Monica's Soapbox. Now, this podcast feed can easily be monetized in your shop. So when you repurpose your launch and course content into shop listings, there are 4 main ways that you will upsell into your course. The first is an obvious one, in the product listing itself. Now, I tell my students inside of the digital shop experience that when I have a product that I'm selling in my shop that's also part of my larger course, I want to make them aware of that. Because some people will be like, oh, I want this spreadsheet, I want this workshop. Oh, but it's part of this larger course. And they might just right then be like, I want everything. I want the entire course, and they go on to buy it. That does happen. However, I don't make that the central point of the product listing because we don't want to distract from getting the sale either, but it is wise to mention it in your product listing. The biggest way that we upsell into our course is by offering the course as a replacement product. So let's say that you go to check out for our quick win workshop on Shopify. What I can do is I can use a Shopify app called Honeycomb, and it will swoop in and say, hey, if you're interested in this workshop, you might be interested in the entire system, our entire system, which is the digital shop experience. And what we can do then is offer a very limited time discount that in the moment, instead of buying the workshop, you can add the digital shop experience to your cart for a certain percentage off. You can also keep upselling to your course in the follow-up email sequences. So the more products that people buy from you in your shop, the more opportunities you have to reach back out to them and say, hey, how did this workshop work out for you? What results did you see? Did you know I have a course called, in our case, the Digital Shop Experience, which will help you do XYZ and so much more. It is the next step on your journey with us. And then you can also upsell inside of the digital product itself. Let me give the example, the Passion to Profit experience I told you, which was a live challenge I hosted leading to the Empowered Business Lab. Inside of the evergreen version that you can buy in the shop, when you access our course portal and you go through that content, at the beginning and the end of that content, I let you know what the next step is. The next step is the Empowered Business Lab. And you can offer a coupon code to people since they already invested in that workshop. You might be like, hey, here's a $50 coupon to now upgrade into my course. The upsell potential with a shop using your course content is amazing. Not convinced yet? Well, you know what? all of the most successful brands on the planet out there are doing it, including Miss Taylor Swift herself. Hi, can we talk about this? Let's talk about the fact that I'm a big Swiftie, so you might not be, but just follow me here. So Red came out in 2012, the year my daughter was born. It is my absolute favorite album of Taylor's. She then re-recorded it so she would own the masters in 2021. And guess what? We all went out and bought it anyways. We bought the exact same content that I've been listening to for an entire decade, but she re-released it and I went and bought it. Another great example, her last album was the Tortured Poets Department. She is brilliant. I believe there's like 36 tracks on this, but she sells it in multiple different ways. When I opened up my email when it was launch week for the Tortured Poets Department, she wanted to sell me the exact same piece of content in all these different ways, just repackaged differently. Another great example of this, remember the Disney Vault? Disney would create scarcity by putting the movies that we all loved as a kid back in the vault. So once the VHS went back in the vault, you couldn't buy it anymore. But then content mediums started changing. And before you know it, you paid for The Lion King 4 to 5 times. You maybe saw it in the movie theater, you had it on VHS, you had it on DVD. Now you're paying ongoing subscription for streaming. This is content repurposing, and you happily pay for the same thing multiple times from some of your favorite brands. The most effective way I have found to double down on my existing efforts is to audit my content inside of my Google Drive. So if your content lives somewhere else like Dropbox, that's fine. But what I did was I went through everything that we sold, internal resources, audio recordings, video recordings, and content inside of my courses. And while this is still a work in progress for me, I spent a simple 1 hour doing this. And I realized that I was sitting on a gold mine of content that I could repurpose a million different ways into my shop. I pulled things for videos, audios, spreadsheets, templates, Google Docs, and I organized it in a content audit inside a spreadsheet. And I just started taking inventory of all of the different things that we had already created. So step 2 now is to actually go out and repurpose your content. And we use a lot of different tools to do this. And these are some of my favorite. We use Loom to record our quick tip videos and to record our course videos. We use Hello Audio to repurpose our content into audio feeds that people can pay for. We use different AI tools like Cast Magic, Otter.ai, and ChatGPT. ChatGPT is free. We do have a lifetime subscription to Cast Magic. That is my ultimate favorite one that we use. I will take a coffee chat that I host as part of my membership, for example. I will upload it into Cast Magic. It will transcribe it. It will break down all of like the main topics we talked about, and it gives me themes. And then what I can do is I can take snippets of that coffee replay and I can content repurpose it in a million different ways. I can put it in our paid private podcast feed. I can make it a standalone workshop sometimes, or I can put it as part of our course content. Now, Lee Norin, she has a shop called More of the Good Stuff. And she's a great example of what I'm talking about here because she used to only sell content in a program model that cost $3,000. So unless you were willing to spend $3,000 with her, you couldn't access her content. And she came across the digital shop experience and realized, wow, I am sitting on a gold mine of content that I am gatekeeping behind this course. And yes, you don't want to stop selling the entire solution, which is your program or your course. You don't want to do that. But you can offer different pieces of it standalone in a shop so that people who maybe can't afford it or are not ready for it can start to build that know, like, and trust factor. So she did that. She took pieces of her program, put it into a shop, and on her launch weekend, she made $3,000. Now, that $3,000 she would not have made had she not taken the content that was gated and repurposed it into shop listings. And the brilliance of this is now those products can lead those buyers eventually to then go and buy her $3,000 program. So to recap, you want to utilize both your course and your shop harmoniously for more sales and happier customers. And don't miss out on additional revenue by choosing one over the other. They work well together. So good, right? I hope that got your wheels turning on the different ways that you can take your existing program and course content and your launch content and create these lower priced digital products for your shop that will naturally lead people to then go and buy your program. My favorite part about this is that you're leading people to go buy your program, but you're getting paid for it at the same time. And the shop gives you a reason to continually be emailing your people and providing value through your paid products. If this got you excited, I really want you to join us for the Striking Gold for Course Creators Summit taking place October 21st to the 24th. Head on over to strikinggoldsummit.com to sign up. I would love to hang out with you for 4 days, and it is a completely free event. I'll be back next week with part 3 of our 4-part series, all about how you can double down on your course content and make more sales.